Vanessa, and here we are. We are rolling one of our favorite things and starting with one of your favorite things.
Yes.
Champagne.
It is one of my absolute favorite things, Eduardo, because champagne it's obviously one of the most well-known styles of wine in the world. It's romantic, it's celebratory.
That's the ticket right
but
there. Yeah.
It doesn't just have to be for special occasions, right? Because, well, opening it makes it a special occasion, first of all. But it's so food friendly that what I love about the fact that we're featuring champagne is that you can certainly open this as part of a special occasion, but you can also try some great food pairings, right? Like, what do you like to pair champagne with?
I mean, you can go from smoked salmon all the way to steaks, depending on what champagne. You can do a whole 12-course meal.
It's true.
With champagne. The
I
versatility.
love salty foods and fatty foods.
Ooh.
Like fried chicken with champagne.
Totally.
Truffle popcorn is great with champagne.
Yeah, I'd say just off the get-go, you can always get a case of this and a big bag of popcorn and just
one might say life pairs well with champagne.
Indeed.
Cheers to that. Let's try it.
Exactly. Without further ado, this is the Bernard Lonclas Brut champagne, a grower-producer, which, as we know, it's somebody that oversees the whole vineyards and then makes the sparkling.
No, exactly, because in Champagne there's a number of different ways to make wine there, or to be a producer. So you could just grow grapes and sell all your fruit to a champagne house. You could grow your grapes and make wine at a co-op. Or you can grow your own grapes and make your own wine. And that's exactly what this is. And you might see two little initials on the bottle that indicates if it's a grower producer, and it will say RM for récoltant manipulant. You don't need to memorize that whole thing, but if you see RM, then you know that this bottle has been grown and produced by
start to finish.
Start to finish, exactly.
Absolutely. And this one is worth noting. It has a little more of the dosage, which is the sweetness per se, which balances the acidity. Right?
Exactly. So something that makes champagne so unique and what you'll experience in the glass is the way that it's made, which involves two fermentations. So one fermentation, just like you would start with for a still wine, so you have what we call a base wine, and then a second fermentation that happens in the bottle itself, which is initiated by the addition of more sugar and yeast. So second happens in the bottle. All that CO2 that's a byproduct of fermentation is trapped in the bottle, hence the beautiful bubbles that we get in the glass, right? Absolutely. And then this magical thing called yeast autolysis. Don't be afraid of that. But essentially, as the yeasts break down that are completing fermentation, they remain trapped in this bottle. And what happens is this beautiful notes of sort of brioche, toastiness, marzipan. How do you like to describe it?
Yeah, there's like a nutty quality to it.
Yes, it can be.
It's like, like toasted hazelnuts, candied hazelnuts, which, I mean, who doesn't love that?
Right. So it's courtesy of this process. And then, of course, before it's released out into the world, we have to disgorge it. So the yeast is removed from the
stuck on the top.
Right. It's disgorged, it's removed from the bottle, and then something called dosage is added. And dosage is essentially just to top up the bottle of what's lost when they're disgorging it. Because of course you pop the top off of this, it's under pressure, and it's just under a crown cap at this point. You're gonna lose some wine, right? So they can either top it up with just more wine, or they can add a little bit of sweetness at this point. But this is a Brut, which is still considered dry. But within Brut, it's a little bit on the richer style, but I don't really perceive sweetness.
No, it's again, the acidity, the tension on it kind of balances out.
Exactly, they just kind of work harmoniously.
Richness to it.
Yes, yes. So
generous.
Delicious. And you know what I think is always a fun fact about champagne bottles? Which is, so now these days, disgorgement is done by machines. It's very precise. But back in the day, they used to have to do that process, by hand. And so when they would disgorge it, they would lose some champagne, and they didn't have the ability to top it up very quickly before they needed to put the cork in it. And so this long foil here was actually invented to hide the fact that all the bottles had a different fill line, because they couldn't be consistent that way. So, but I think now it's tradition.
Now it's just part of the package.
Now it's part of the packaging.
Indeed.
And remember, you can't call a sparkling wine champagne unless it's actually made in the region of Champagne. In France. So you can have wines that are made in the same method, but then you'll see, again, traditional method champenoise, champagne method, but you won't see the word champagne on
If
the
it's
bottle.
produced anywhere else in the world.
Exactly, other than champagne.
And let's not forget, we're talking about music. So what inspired?
We are.
I think Joe brought this to the party.
So the song that goes with this is Champagne Supernova by Oasis. Our CEO happens to love Oasis.
Love is an understatement.
Love is an understatement. In fact, someone who shall remain nameless might have superimposed a picture of his head onto Gallagher's body and then sent around a Christmas card as a joke. I don't know who that might have been. Do you?
No, I still wonder.
No. Right. Well, cheers. I'm really
Cheers.
enjoying this.
Absolutely.